4-inch pipe system that we have here will be an awesome choice for the 2015 and newer Ecoboost owners out there looking for a super affordable, larger diameter system that will deliver a little bit more volume, but more importantly, a full stainless steel build for south of 500 bucks. Now this particular system will feature the polished tip that will dump in the factory location behind the passenger side rear tire, while your install might involve the smallest amount of cutting depending on your wheelbase, but I'm still gonna go 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter with more to follow later on. So the 4-inch systems tend to be a bit of a rarity in the category, but will certainly have their appeal. Now by going with a larger diameter system like this, it's gonna be a great choice for the truck owners out there who might be interested in a little bit more performance, as the larger diameter piping traditionally will help reduce restrictions from the turbo back. Now this will definitely be a good complementary mod to those other performance modifications, such as your aftermarket tunes, for instance, intakes, intercoolers, downpipes, things like that. But let's get into the important matter here with the exhaust review, and that of course is the sound you can expect when bolting up the Pypes 4-inch system. You guys heard the sound clips at the very top of this video, so you can be the judge, but I'm gonna say this is a very tame system given the ingredients. You think large diameter piping, straight through Violator muffler will result in a lot of volume, but that really wasn't our experience. Instead, a very nice sounding system, smooth, deep tone, all that good stuff, but not a lot of volume. So breaking out my wake the neighbor scale, I have the Pypes 4-inch system coming in at a relatively tame 3 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 to wake the neighbor scale. Again, you are picking up more volume over the factory system you are replacing, but it's certainly not gonna drive you nuts on long trips, and it definitely is an enjoyable tone for the less than sexy sounding Ecoboost. But how did Pypes achieve this with their 4-inch catback? Well, as you might imagine, the star no doubt is their 4-inch Violator series muffler. Straight through by design, but it does feature a combination of an internal louvered sound tube, working with a bunch of these little mini sound deflectors, as Pypes calls them, responsible for shaping that tone overall, but still keeping volume levels in check. But sound aside, I think the big draw with this particular pipe system will be that larger diameter tubing. Again, 4 inches, all of it mandrel bent, and all of it made from durable 409 grade stainless steel. Finally, everything's gonna exit out of this massive 5-inch polished tip out of the factory location right behind that passenger side rear tire. Just a quick heads up here, guys, Pypes does also offer this same exact system, but with a powder coated black tip instead. You can grab that on the site here for a couple bucks more. And like I mentioned earlier, this is a very affordable system given that larger diameter along with the full stainless steel build. In fact, at just south of 500 bucks here, guys, it is currently the most affordable 4-inch system stainless steel on the site. MBRP and Heartthrob both offer their own variation of a 4-inch system, but they're both aluminized steel and not full stainless like the pipe system that we have here. And ultimately, they're not gonna be as good at reducing corrosion. So the 409 definitely gets the advantage in that department. But what do you say we switch gears and quickly talk about the installation? And for the most part, guys, very basic stuff. However, some of you might encounter the smallest amount of cutting depending on your wheelbase. Even with that being said, I'm still gonna go 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and about an hour or 2 from start to finish, depending on how fast you like to work. Tool-wise, well, basic socket set, cordless impact, air tools will certainly speed things up, in addition to a Sawzall to help you with any cutting if needed. Don't forget your eye protection, of course, as well. Other than that, lift, jack and jack stands, race ramps, whatever you can do to get the truck up in the air a little bit more will help. And finally, a little spray lubricant to help you with some rusty bolts or those rubber exhaust hangers. As you might imagine, you have to remove that factory exhaust system first. So go ahead and loosen up the clamp in front of the muffler and drop the factory system off the hangers, carefully setting it aside. With that out of the way, go ahead and complete your trimming if needed. Once you've made your cut, start hanging the pipe system from front to back, snugging up those clamps as you go, but save your final tighten up to the very end just to give you a little bit of play with the system if you do have to make some adjustments. Once you have everything where you want it, go ahead and torque those clamps to about 32 to 35 foot-pounds and your installation is complete. So if you're in the market for a 4-inch system and you prefer it to be stainless steel, the Pypes is currently gonna be your only option south of 500 bucks, and you can grab yours right here at AmericanTrucks.com.